Okay, you can hear me now. All right, cool. All right, I just took us live. Let's give it a few minutes. Oh, I got somebody said they don't have a meeting. Let's see. What's up, Landon?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Great to be here.
Good. One of your classmates is actually in here too, Ron. Ron is going to be in class with you. Let me send something. Gonna give it a few minutes, let some people trickle on in. All right, let me see. Go ahead and mute some mics real quick. Gonna give it a few seconds, y'all. Give it a few more minutes, and then we're gonna get this show started. Got some people having technical difficulties. All right. I see some people on the YouTube channel. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Cyber Thursday. We're going to give this a minute or two, and then we're going to get started and get the show started. What we're actually going to be looking at today are a few VMs that are set up in our lab. All right, these are CompTIA labs that Landon and Ron, you all will have access to. These are labs that host different machines where we do different exercises, different drills, such as identifying backdoors. But today we're going to talk about two specific services, DHCP and Active Directory. All right. Give that a few. I see Joel coming in now. There you go. Definitely wanted to wait for Joel because he's going to be taking his exam soon. After we look at this lab, we're going to do some Q&As for him. So I'm going to pick on him a lot. And I'll try to pick on everybody too. What's up, Joe?
Hey, what's up, Toby, bro? I'm sorry, bro. I'm late. Oh,
we good, man.
Got the Shanti Keisha Cole battle on. You know what I'm talking about? The hood in here today.
Be careful now, bro.
The hood up the night.
All right, let's get this show started, y'all. All right, so what we're gonna do is take a look at these labs. These are CompTIA labs, and they have a bunch of them. The new course has about 30 different lab environments to go through. So as a head start for those getting ready to jump into the labs and a refresher for those who've already used it, we're going to talk about some of the resources we have here. So when you first get into your lab, this is going to be the first thing that you get to do is actually explore it, play around with it. I'm not going to go through all of this. I'm actually going to just jump right to it and talk about these machines here. So we have a domain controller. This is the DC1 server. All right, it's a Windows operating system. Okay, we have different operating systems. We have Linux, right? Some people are familiar with Linux. Most people are familiar with Windows. Okay, and this right here is a Windows server. So we have a domain controller. And then we have this MS1 server, which is a DHCP server. All right, DHCP. It actually has a few other roles, but we won't go into that today. So right now, one of the services on MS1 is DHCP, and then I'll put MS1 here. Let's get that off the screen. And then our other server, oops, okay, there we go, is DC1, and this is for Active Directory. All right, so these are two services right here. Okay, remember I said MS1 has a few other services, which we won't really dive too much into for the sake of time. But our two main services that we want to talk about, because they're important, DHCP and AD. Okay, these are services that you can install on your servers. Remember, a server is just a piece of hardware. It's these boxes, you store them in server racks. They're inside of data centers. They may be in a closet somewhere, but you can install these services on the server. All right, so one of the servers, and we'll look at it, but one of the servers has DHCP installed on it. That's the MS1 server, this guy. The other server has Active Directory installed on it, DC1, the guy up here. Now, can anybody tell me before I try to do it? Can anybody help us explain what Active Directory is or what you think it may be used for? Anybody want to take a shot? Let me look at the YouTube, see what we got going on.
Is that people who have active accounts within the active accounts within the organization?
Right. That's a location where we store those user accounts, and we would call those user accounts objects. Good job. All right. Active Directory, it's a service, okay, and it's really one of the key services in our organization, right? Because it manages and it. So piggyback off of what Joel said. First of all, what it stores, what's inside of AD. You have objects. These objects could be users. Okay, they could be users. Let's just clear all of this off real quick. We could have users. We could have computers. We could have printers. Things that are connected to our network, our local area network. All right, all of these objects are stored inside of Active Directory. So just think of Active Directory as a nice house. Okay, now I was mentioning that Active Directory is key to our organization is because it's one of the mechanisms that's allowing people to authenticate into our computers. It's allowing people to use our printers. It's allowing users to log in to our networks. Okay, we can control permissions from Active Directory. right? So let's say Ron, right? Ron's account could be Ron Last. Whatever Ron can and can't do, we would control that using Active Directory, right? A few other things like GPOs, but that will all go through Active Directory. So when you see this DC1 server now, and when you hear domain controller, you want to assimilate or at least start thinking about Active Directory, because your domain controller is what's communicating with Active Directory. Okay. So when we log into DC1, we're going to look at Active Directory. We're going to take a look at it and see it firsthand. Now, DHCP, the one on MS1, the DHCP service. All right, DHCP. Now, just imagine, let's go back home. Just draw this nice little house. You're at home. You have your Wi-Fi. I don't know your password, but this is your Wi-Fi signal. You have your phone. You have some type of computer. You have a bulky printer, computer, phone. They're all connected to the Wi-Fi. They all get an IP address. How do they get that IP address? From the DHCP service. Okay, the DHCP is what's releasing or assigning IPs out to our devices. DHCP is what's assigning the IPs. It's what's renewing them. It's what's releasing them. That's what we call them, releasing and renewing. It's giving you an IP to use it for a certain amount of time. Once that IP expires, you have to come and request a new one from this guy, that server. All right, so let's go ahead and look at, let's look at it. And let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna log in. And how you navigate through this, right? All the shortcuts here, what this means, what this button does, and all this stuff. We have nice videos on it. So don't worry, you can always go back and look at it. So we're logged into our domain controller now. Okay, this is our domain controller. I just logged into it, typed in my username, typed in my password, and you see the desktop. All right, remember this is a server. It's not a regular workstation. There's a big difference from a workstation and a server. Now, because this is a server, the server manager application will always come on every time the server turns on by default. From here, I can manage all the services. Remember, services. Servers have services. I can manage all the services on the server through the server manager. The one that we talked about was this AD server, or were these AD services, Active Directory. Now, if I come over here to tools and go to Active Directory users and computers, give that a second to load up. Now we're looking at, we're now looking at our Active Directory objects. Oh crap, hold on. I'm trying to get this thing off my screen. All right. Okay. All right, so now we're looking at our Active Directory objects. Remember, we have users, okay? There's some computers. All right, so let's open this guy up. Look at all these users. if, let's say, Landon is new to our organization and we wanted to create him he needs an account, right? To log into the network. I'll just put something and then L something. This would be his account, right? If Landon if he resigned a day later and we left this object active in Active Directory, there's a security hole right there, right? So we have to come into the domain controller to come and fix that. Now, what if Bola had access to our domain controller, but he was not authorized? Imagine what he could allow to happen. So this right here is one of the cool tools that you all get access to in the class, these labs, and they go a lot more in depth than just touching the surface of what these things are. All right, this first lab is just to go through the different servers, see what they are, how they work, right? Let's go into the MS1 server. You have a Kali server, you have a few other routers, and this is I think this is your IDS here, or your SIM. Whoops. Remember, it's a server, so what's going to start up? The server manager. And this one, remember I said it had a few other roles too, but we're not going to get into all of it. It's a web server on here, IIS, that is a web service. We talked about this DHCP service here. Remember, if you go to tools, you can access all your services you have installed. But right now, we're just going to go into DHCP. When you want to come and mess with IIS, you would come here. And you can see the domain. So this is our DHCP service. Remember, DHCP is giving out IPs. It's giving you an IP to access the internet. All right, or not just maybe not the internet if it's not giving you internet access, but your local area network at least. It's assigning you an IP to communicate on your LAN. Okay, when you turn your computer on and you want to send something to your printer, you need local area network access to do that. So you need an IP from this big guy. So when he gives you an IP, then you can do what you want to do. You can send out your papers, print out whatever documents you want to print out now, because you can talk on the network. All right, he can assign IPv4 addresses, IPv6 addresses, but I don't think IPv6 is configured for this lab. Okay. And it gets into a little bit deeper, right? And I don't want to expand on all of that right now. We do have the videos on the playlist on the Cert Blaster Lab. So if you want to go deeper into it, class starting in next Monday, I wouldn't look at those videos just yet. Let's just do it all together. So question, someone said DHCP gives you the option to choose static and dynamic address. And IPv4 and 6, is there a big difference? Yes, so first, IPv4 and 6, they are different. All right, we have IPv6 addresses are a lot larger than IPv4. Okay, but some networks are not compatible with IPv6 yet. So most of us are still using IPv4. The talks are to transition over to IPv6 because apparently, and I'm throwing air quotes, we're running out of IPv4 addresses. So IPv6 is supposed to resolve that and it's supposed to be more secure. There's a bunch of different differences about it. And then DHCP gives you the option to choose static and dynamic addresses. DHCP is going to dynamically assign addresses. Okay, you can give your systems a static IP, right? You can manually hard code that in your system. Think if I just went to what is it, NCPA, CPL, I could manually. So what I did was I'm going into my network connection settings here to answer Bola's question. I'm gonna go over to my IPv4 settings right here. And it's already manually hard coded. So this is a static address right here. It's manually hard coded into the system's configuration. So you can give it a static address. You don't necessarily need DHCP to do that. You need DHCP to dynamically assign addresses to your systems, right? So it's just going to do it automatically. Unless you wanted to do it yourself, which is going to take a while, but you could try. Any more questions here? Does that make sense, y'all? Just the basics of DHCP services and Active Directory, why they exist, why we use them. Good. Good. Let me check. All right, bet. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our Cert Blaster. We're gonna jump into some Q&As. I'm going to share my screen. So these are all the labs you guys have access to. It's a lot. It's pretty fun. All right, so Joe, we're gonna let you get this show started. All right, you know how to do it. We're gonna go through the question first, analyze this scenario here or this picture, and then start plugging away.
All right. You recently attended a presentation about social engineering given by your HR department. Drag and drop to match the attack method to its correct description and target. Description: attacking singles out specific individuals or groups in the organization with employees with comparable responsibilities. Okay, so SPIM, we're gonna go there. SPIM is the second one. Attackers send unsolicited instant messages to spread marketing information.
Okay.
Spear phishing. Let me read through them.
Take your time. Do your thing.
Spam is malicious attacker uses automated bulk email.
Okay.
Farming is attacker modifies name resolution on DNS servers.
Okay.
And spear phishing, attacker singles out specific individual groups in the organization.
So you know what I'm about to ask you next, right?
What's up, bro?
Why?
Well, okay, so spam and spam are the same thing, except one is spam focuses on instant messaging services, or hacking into attackers getting into your instant messaging and sending you messages through there. Spam is getting a whole bunch of bulk emails into your email account that you unsolicited that you don't want. And farming is when literally, it takes. Wait, I know that. But I want to explain it in my own way though. Well, let me just say this. Well, spear phishing is attackers just trying to get just anybody or any random person just to as using whatever as bait, and just trying to get people to respond back so that they can get access to your network or get passcodes, or you click on something that's you're not supposed to click on.
Good
And
job.
then, and farming is when you get people to go to a fake website that's not right. That's not what they're looking for.
Exactly. They got good job.
Right.
Hey, and that's funny because you were asking questions that, no, you were answering questions that Parker was putting in our YouTube channel. He had asked, what is spear phishing? And you answered it right on time, and you did a good job at it. You've been studying. You have been studying. I see.
Hey, I'm working through these everything, bro. Like, if I don't know it, I go back, like you said, man, I've been, if I could take a picture and send it to you, I got these index cards, bro. I don't know everything, but like I said, I sent you the test date day. So as long as I'm ready on that day, that's all that matters.
You sent me the test day? I don't know if I got it.
On the 16th.
Okay. All right.
On March. That's spring break for us at work, so I don't have to worry about nothing. Like,
okay. All right. I see you. Showtime. Okay. All right. Let's who we got? All right, I gotta pick on some folks.
let me do this one.
All right, go ahead. Take
and then I'm gonna slide. I'm gonna sit down somewhere. Hey, like I said, man, I don't know, but I'm gonna keep trying, bro. Hamid Jose is a software developer for a high-tech company. I create a program that connects to a chat room and waits to receive commands that will gather personal information. I create a program that connects to a chat room and waits to receive commands that will gather personal user information. Okay. Jose embeds this into an AVI file for a current popular movie and shares this file on a peer person-to-person file sharing network. Once Jose's program is activated, as people that download and watch the movie, what will be created?
Process of elimination.
It's activated as people download. It's a worm.
Hamid is a software developer for a high-tech company. He creates a program that connects to a chat room and waits to receive commands that will gather personal user information. He creates a program that connects to a chat room and waits to receive commands that will gather personal user information. Hamid embeds this program into an AVI file for a current popular movie and shares this file on a P2P file sharing network. Once Hamid's program is activated, as people download and watch the movie, what will be created?
No, I see. And I was looking at the chat box, and I see that a worm would just create a back door
Right.
for people. A logic bomb is like, you know, people would just get a message and be like, yo, you know, we about to turn up on December 15th. You know, distributive denial of service, um, that would be the process after they download it, because then I'm waiting for you to download it. Now I have a botnet. Now I got control of your computer, and then I can do a DDoS.
Yeah. So the botnet here, because we got a bot waiting, standing by for its C2, its command and control to give it instructions, right? That's the real big giveaway here. And we know worms don't do that. They're replicating types of malware, logic bombs, as you suggested. These are attacks that happen at a certain time or on a certain event. DDoS, so more than one DOS, right? More than one attempt to bring down somebody's service or servers or resources. And then the botnet, as we explained. So does that make sense, Joe? You got it?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, Parker, you're on the right track. I was trying to type and talk. So give me a second. I'm going to respond back, but you're definitely on the right track. Typing and talking isn't working. All right, y'all. So I want everybody to give this a try. Let's throw the answers in the chat. Throw the answers in the chat. Throw the answers in the chat, and we'll see. All right, Joe, you want to give this a shot? I see some answers in here.
Yeah. So different data sources inherently have different degrees of preservation. In order to preserve the most fragile data first, an order of volatility must be established and then used. The table shows 4 different data sources. Drag and drop the number 1 to 4, indicate volatility for what we see. Okay, so the most volatile I think of running processes. Is that data in motion with running processes?
So remember when we I hear echo somewhere. All right, so remember, let's go through this first. So we have our RAM, we have our running processes, we have our cache, and we have our network state. Now, what do we think is the most volatile from number one, most volatile, to the least volatile? Remember, I'm trying not to give the answer without giving the answer. Remember, all right, so volatility. We're talking about retrieving data from locations where it can just disappear, right? If you were to unplug your computer or disconnect it from the local area network, or
Okay. All right. So that reminded me, that gave me that I hear Zoe in my head. So so the register to cache would be the most volatile.
Okay. Cache is most volatile because this is where
That's the one.
our active memory is.
Then our RAM would be our second.
Okay. We're talking about applications now running in memory, other resources running in memory.
Process network state.
Now let me throw the oop. If I unplug the computer, or if I pull the, let's say I just pull the Ethernet cord. Imagine you're getting connection through an Ethernet, and if I pull the cord, what do you think is gonna, what type of data is gonna leave first between these two? If I pull the cord to your network,
You said what type of data would leave first?
yeah, or what location of it's
running
hard to. Why running processes? Because if you're connected to, I don't know, and I don't want to throw too many hypotheticals or scenarios because then we could overcomplicate the question. But if you're connected to the network and I disconnect you, your network state has changed. Right? Your network state changes. It doesn't necessarily stop the processes from running on the machine. We don't know if the processes are dependent upon the network. Right? So that network state has changed. So that type of data would leave, or knowing the network state, it's so hard to phrase that, but so that network state is going to be altered prior to your running processes being altered, right? So that data is more volatile than your running processes.
Okay. Well, I mean, just, I see what you're saying, but if I'm running the process, like, doesn't that like what is a running process? Like, because when I think of running process, I'm thinking like a program I might be.
Yeah. So just think about your Instagram on your phone.
Right.
Just imagine being on Instagram right now. And what do you have, an iPhone?
Yeah.
All right. So imagine being on Instagram. You have the application on your phone, and you swipe down to take your Wi-Fi off, and you swipe back up to look at Instagram. Are you still on the app?
Yeah.
Yeah. But has your network state changed?
Yes, it has.
Yeah, because you went from being on a public or just a Wi-Fi network to your data connection or your data network. So your network, you see what I'm trying to do here? That network state changed. The running process, Instagram, it didn't change. It's still running on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So that data is still there. I can wait to collect that data. I have time to collect that, then opposed to, or then compared to the network state, right? I need to collect the data from, or any data regarding the network state first before I start collecting data regarding running processes, because theoretically I have more time to collect data on running processes than opposed to data regarding the state of my network.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then Landon put a good example in here, VPNs. That's a perfect enterprise example right there, VPNs. When you turn on a VPN and you turn off a VPN, right? You're switching your network state. Those are different networks. Good job, Andy. Good job, Joel. All right, I don't think we clicked the answer. And good job, Parker. Parker's over there. He keeping up, man. He doing his thing. Doing his thing. All right. All right. So let's do this one. We'll actually do this together. So I'll give you all a chance to read that question. So you are the network administrator for a medium-sized company. After a firewall device patch was applied to the sales marketing department PC, it's unable to securely access the company web server 2. Other users are not having the problem. Open the exhibit to see the network, then create the firewall rule from the selections that would allow access for that particular machine to that specific server. Okay. So first of all, before we look at the exhibit, what the heck do they want us to do? They want us to create a rule. I'm not drawing. They want us to create a firewall rule that would allow access for that particular machine to that particular server. So what particular machine and what particular server are we talking about? We are talking about the sales and marketing PC to web server 2. Okay. And what is the issue here? They're unable to securely access the company's web server. They are unable to securely access the company's web server. So we have to create a rule that is going to allow access to the company's web server for you. So before we open the exhibit, what are we doing here? Are we going to allow or deny? Right, we're going to allow. Good job, Joe. We are going to allow. Joe, you said allow in HTTPS. Why are we using HTTPS? Explain, please, sir.
Well, they want to access the web server. And so to securely access the web server, I would use the HTTPS protocol.
Why not SFTP?
That's secure file transfer protocol, and it doesn't say they wanted to send. The way I looked at it, it didn't say they wanted to send files or send stuff back and forth between each other. They wanted to use the web. So
why not TCP and UDP? Why didn't you pick that?
Those are protocols that are for I don't want to get them confused. UDP is like for like FaceTime. It's just gonna keep sending and sending and sending and sending messages. And
Right.
then TCP is it's a connection protocol where it's sending out a message, then it's uh, sending out a message, then it gets a message back, a send acknowledge. It sends a send, then it gets a send acknowledge, and it's for I don't want to say authentication.
Nope. You're right. It's just a transmission protocol. These are transmission protocols. One is connection based and one is connectionless. You got it right. I was just testing your knowledge, making sure you were squared away, and you did good. All right. We're not going to use SFTP because we're not sending files. We're not going to select TCP or UDP for this protocol, right? Because we want to send information or access a web server. These two are transmission protocols, right? And all right, so what port are you going to pick since you already picked your protocol?
443.
And why 443?
Because that's the port for HTTP, secure HTTPS. 21 is for SFTP. 80 is for HTTP, which we want to make sure that the data we're sending out is secure. So that wouldn't work. And then
What's
I'm
23?
still is for telnet, I believe it is for logging in, unsecured login in. I'm still working on my ports, bro. So
Good. That's what I'm here for. What's 3389 now?
That one I don't know. Hold on. Let me think. I just know it. Yeah, I don't know that one. I'm not.
RDP. Desktop.
Remote access.
Yep, remote desktop
RDP.
protocol. You got it. All right. Cool. Now let's look at the exhibit. Good job. You've been studying. All right. So what do we want to do? We want to allow this PC access to this web server. Right? That's what they said, right? They said they want to allow access for that particular machine to that specific web server. So we see the source IP, right? What's the source IP going to be? You don't have to give me the CIDR notation yet, but what about the source IP?
The 192.168.0.115.
And the destination IP?
0.1.15.
All right. And what options are you going with here?
The source would be, I believe it would be the 11524 would be the source, because that would be the sales marketing, and then the destination. Okay, yeah, that part confused me. So what? Yeah.
So right here, this is CIDR notation. All right. And I'm going to do it real quick, though, because I think we have another video on it. But CIDR notation, it's a shortcut. All right. It's shorthand notation for I'm trying not to go into all of it. All right, so look. So when we do /24 or /32, what we're doing is writing a shortcut, right? Instead of writing you see, if I wanted to write this all the way down to 256, this last octet, do you see that's the only one I'm changing right now?
Right.
Imagine writing all of that all the way up to 256. Do you want me to keep going?
Over and over and over again. Right.
Can I stop?
Yeah.
All right. So that's why we, instead of writing that up to 256 or 254, we would write /24. O.1. All right. So that just means everything inside of here. No, I can't write anymore. But 256 or 254. Okay, so that's what that means. So you have 254 IPs available when you do /24. I think it's 254 or 256. It's 254. Well, it's 256, but we don't use the first and the last IP. But /24 means you have this many IPs available, all right, or this many hosts, okay? And then /32 means you have one system available. And the reason we pick /32 here is because they're only talking about one PC and one web server.
But if we was talking about multiple, then it'd be 24.
Yeah, if you wanted to just go ahead and allow the entire subnet or that entire IP range or subnet or domain or however you're segmenting your network, then CIDRs or 24s may work better. It depends. 24s, there's a bunch of them, 16s and
Yeah. Is there like a, did you have, when you posted a video on like YouTube? Because these, like the source and destination IPs, that's where I definitely am like foggy with my knowledge.
the CIDR notation?
Yeah, like
Don't stress too much about it. Don't stress too much about that.
Okay, yeah, because I was looking at a question about like allocated subnets and stuff, and then it, you know.
I wouldn't stress too much about it.
Okay.
I wouldn't stress too much about it. Right, as long as you understand the basics of CIDR notation, you'll be squared away. Right. I think you and Bobby are trying to get every answer right. That's why you all keep pushing back your test date. Like,
no, you know what, man? I for real, and I'm, I don't want to hog up the spotlight. It's for everybody to learn, but no, bro. I just wanted to make sure that like I was just as tight as possible, and yeah, you know what I mean. Like it's gonna be a one-hitter quitter, bro.
yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure I'm as tight as possible with it. I don't have to rush. I definitely want to get out of the career field I'm in right now, but I mean, I'm doing decent enough to maintain, and so I'm like, yo, if I got time to make sure I'm tight all the way around, like 7 P's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Hey, you got it. You keep using that study guide that we gave you. Keep studying. Trust me, you'll be squared away. And then you have any words for the next class starting up? We got 2 students in here who are starting on January 25th. I'm not sure if you have any piece of advice for them after finishing your course.
Well, I just say, Toby gonna just tell you to study. I'm gonna say study, but just I don't know. It's interesting. Once you really like dive into it and you really take an interest into it, Like this stuff becomes interesting because this is what the world is using every day. This is what we're doing every day. Like with EAP, you know what I'm saying? Like,
He bought the EPO.
you know, I was explaining to my lady, the wifey, like, yo, you know, when we take an Ethernet cord and we connect it to our computer or whatever, I connect it to my computer. She got a Mac, so you know how that go. But um, you know, you connect it to your computer at the job. It's like, you know, I'm authenticating over the 802.1x, you know, protocols, and like it's all related, and it all just like, dang, this is what I'm doing every single day, and we don't realize it. So, you know, just take a take an interest in it, you know, because it's literally what we do, you know, every day when you log on to your own computer, your own network at home, or you logging into a network at, you know, your job, or um, you know, even logging into
So question, he said, how are you preparing for the exam?
so right now, I guess Toby will send out a study guide to you guys, but I'm using a study guide. I'm using my notes from class. Um, I'm going back and watching, you know, just watching more videos, and honestly, I'm gonna say it this. I'm gonna say this. Pay attention to. You won't know it until you go back and do it, but you'll get the basic information. You'll see the big gist, but then pay attention to like the finite details in the information, because that's the stuff that really matters, you know, as well. Like if that makes sense, Toby. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, like the finite details of like, you know, hashing algorithms and understanding block ciphers, um, you know, or encryption. Um, yeah, like that's it. And then logging on to Cyber Thursday. And Toby will tell you, like I took class in July, so I've been down for a while. But I'm a school teacher, for those who don't know. Uh, and so school started, and Toby was like, bro, you just gotta prioritize. You gotta, you know, you gotta set a schedule. You just can't go throughout the day and be like, oh, I'm gonna study, but you haven't actually said I'm gonna study at this time. So I was getting kind of discouraged, like, man, I ain't gonna do this, yada yada. But I just stuck with it and just kept coming and just kept coming. And you know, now I'm here, and I, like I told, you know, I done registered for my test. So now it's just go get it time.
Hey, I'm happy for you, man. I'm proud. I already know what's gonna happen. All right, I know what's gonna happen. I saw it happen already. You're studying. As long as you keep studying, don't let the words or these kinds of words let you slack off. I know it won't, but I just want to say that just to say it. All right, keep studying, man. Keep coming to the Cyber Thursdays. Keep asking questions. Joel asks me questions all the time, y'all. He asks me questions all the time. Keep doing it. I love it. Keep it up because it helps me help you. I don't know what you need help on if you don't ask, and you always ask, and I love it. And I like that we have that you've been asking the questions in that channel on our Discord server, because
Yeah,
now it
yeah,
keeps it organized for everybody to go back and see it. So thank
yeah,
you for that.
yeah. It but and I just add on to some more to Landon's question. Using a study guide has shown me what I need to dive deeper in and learn more about. So I'll go on my own and try to find my own answers so I can explain, like, you know, on Cyber Thursday, explain like why X, Y, and Z isn't the answer. Like I tell my kids when they taking a test, if I can explain why this is not the answer, then
Then you understand.
I understand it, you know, because then I can explain to somebody what this really is. So I try to find it on my own first, and then if I can't find it, then I send Toby like an IG message or something. Like I feel like I be getting on your nerves, bro.
Nah, you don't. You don't. No, you don't. You really don't. Like every time I come to, I look. I answer 2-3 times. The same time I say, hey, I'm gonna answer it here. Bring it up on Cyber Thursday again, just to, so you can hear me answer it. It's even better. But I love it. Like I really, when you send me questions, bro, I get excited because it shows me that you're trying to learn something. And when somebody's trying to learn something, it just motivates me to want to even to break it down even further. So thank you. Like honestly, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I be feeling like, man, I left you alone last week, bro. You looked like you was on vacay. I was like, man, my man chilling. I was like, I seen you was back. I seen you was back. I said, oh, let me send this message real quick. But yeah, no, it's been the help, bro. It's really been the help.
Yeah, hey y'all. So Colin said, thank you for the advice. Parker said 7 P's. Joe, I do appreciate the advice. I hope it really helped Landon and Ron here. They get started. They get to have fun with me next week. It's about to be a blast. The class is actually about to be pretty unique. It's about to be pretty dope. I think this is going to be a pretty well developed class right here.
Oh man, look, y'all take advantage of them labs because I don't think so. Toby, we didn't have the labs yet when you was still getting them from CompTIA, when we was going through class this summer. So take advantage of them labs because I'm damn sure I'm about to be on them labs too, bro. So whatever I got to do to get that access, because it's only gonna help. It's only gonna help.
Yep. But all right, y'all, look, if you're trying to get Security Plus certified, you're out there on YouTube and you haven't found a nice training program, you want somebody that's going to take their time with you, that's going to give you extra study sessions like Cyber Thursdays, check out our website, olinesecurity.com. This is what we love doing, all right, teaching people basic security concepts and building it all the way up into complicated topics. We have fun doing it. Landon, yes. Landon asks, can you please let us know the Discord? I'm actually going to invite you all into the Discord on Monday on your first day of class. I'll send the link out there. Okay. And because the Discord is really for the class, but I want to do it when we all get to talk first. We all get to introduce each other so we know who's who in the Discord.
Man, I didn't know Atiba was rocking with you though, bro.
Yeah, Atiba, he has the record, man. He has the record. He got certified he got employed in 2 weeks after the class.
Man, that's what's up. I didn't even know you knew Atiba, bro. Like
Bobby put me in contact with him. Yeah, he got certified. He got certified before the class was over.
Yeah.
And then he got 2 weeks after. He was hungry. Atiba was hungry.
Yeah. I gotta send him a message. I ain't talked to bro in a while. That's AP LB, bro. So I met him up in New York. So I was like, dang, oh shit. Yo, rocking with Toby? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
And he's actually, I'm not gonna put his business out there, but he has a lot of things going on right now. So definitely talk to him. He's on the Discord too. If you need to ask him questions, he loves helping out people. He loves steering them in the right area. We got a lot of folks who are helping out.
Yeah.
That's why it's a nice community.
And Calvin is good too, bro. Calvin put me on to some good stuff too. I hit him up on IG.
Yeah.
And he put me on to some good stuff. So yeah, bro, I told you I'm coming, bro.
I know. We got some jobs in Houston waiting for you. So let's get the Security Plus. Let's get you certified, and we're gonna move on to step 2.
Hey, Texas, where it's at, man.
All right, y'all. Thank you everybody for tuning in with us, learning with us. We went over a little bit. I'll try my best to keep it shorter next Thursday. And I'll see you all next week. All right, good night.
Hey, Toby.
Yo.
Can you send me Zoe email info?
Yeah, I got you.
Because if he had, you're a great resource too. resource, but like I know you got like everybody hitting you, so I know Zoto probably won't mind helping.
Yeah, I got you. And
Cause
he's also on the. I'm gonna send it to you, but also reach out to him
he
on
on
the.
Discord too, right?
Yeah, reach out to him.
Okay. All right, bro. Appreciate it, G.
Yeah, Ball said he likes the Discord. It's like a one-stop shop, runs a lot smoother. Yeah, because we used to be on Slack.
Yeah.
And Discord, the integrations are dope, man. I'm not even done yet. Like there's